Hi, I'm Joe Szabo. Welcome to my game room in my garage. The whole game room / movie theater is set up into two separate rooms. So when you first walk in, you're gonna see the home theater. And then in the arcade, I'd say altogether in this room at one time, there could be 40 machines, but I have several that I rotate in and out.
His collection is crazy. That is the first word that comes to mind. It is huge. Like, there's games everywhere. I don't know how it keeps growing and how he manages to fit more and more things in here.
He did not have as many as he has right now when I first met him. The only main game or arcade game he had in there was the arcade that he really built, which was the MyCade.
My passion for video games started around 1979 when I was introduced to Pong for the first time. My parents brought it home and we hooked it up to the TV, and that was the first time that I got to play a game on a television. In the mid to early 90s, I started making, with a friend of mine, we made a console that would house a Nintendo and have a TV so that we could play Street Fighter on it. So that would probably be my very first machine that I had that represented in an arcade. Some of my crown jewels in my collection would be Asteroids and Space Invaders. Those are the two games that really set the bar for me as far as remembering and bringing back that childhood.
So if you get them in a row, it's easier than if they're scattered all over?
There's games even today that I still find that I've never heard of. I mean, there's thousands upon thousands of games. And it definitely is an addicting thing that I feel that anyone that is a video game or arcade collector, it's an addiction for sure. What is the next? What's the next game?
The collection that Joe has now is a passion. It's a love. You can see how much love he puts into it. When you look around like the room, you can see that he keeps most of his games in alphabetical order. He's always cleaning the games.
My wife thinks that I'm a little nuts because she has dealt with my craziness. If it's not going to try to find a game or ordering something that's new, or just, hey honey, it's 10 o'clock at night and I want to move these games, and she's out here helping me rearrange it, giving her input on what she likes, because I also keep her in mind all the time that what makes her comfortable, because if she's comfortable and my daughters are comfortable, then they're more likely to come in here and enjoy it with me. She wins, I win. One of the biggest things for video games, I would say, is me as an artist appreciating other artists. Would that be the side art, like the artwork that's on the outside of the cabinet, to the graphics and the gameplay itself, and being able to relive that back and bring some of that artwork back to life. It's so much more than just the video games. When people come into my game room for the first time, they're wowed at just the vibe that I feel that I try to capture in here. You still can see the appreciation in their eyes and their expression of what they're seeing in front of them.
When I think about the sounds of the video games, it's kind of just like I guess just a feeling of home. I relate anything video games with my husband, and it's also a way to connect with other people.
All right, so that's 4.
Family game time in the game room for me is so much fun. It kind of reminds me when I was younger, we did board games at our house, right? So my mom always did Scrabble with me. We'd play like Rummy and things like that. We do that here, but it's more in the gaming sense. And so it gets the girls out of their bedrooms, it gets them off of TikTok or Facebook, and we're laughing with each other. It's just memories that they'll have.
And so whenever we have family game nights, I love that I actually get to spend time with them. And Joe teaches my mom and I a lot about these new games that we have never played before.
So it's designed so that you shoot one, you have to wait till it hits something or it goes off the screen. When
you bring that all together as a whole family unit system, then it's just the whole family experience, because when you have a larger library and you have something that everyone likes, you know what I mean? It's not just one type of game. Sharing this passion with my daughter and her friends or her boyfriend is very important to me, because I want to keep this passion alive through next generations. In my age group, it was kind of the very beginning. We got to see the day one systems coming out from Pong and so forth and so on that, we didn't have anyone before us to show. I want to have that pass on so that when they have kids and they have friends as they're older, they can say, man, I remember when my dad showed me this, or I want to show you guys something. So it's nice to be able to share that with them.